Hello, everybody. Happy Multicultural Week. LSA is here once again to teach you more about these cultures.
What is Indigenous culture? Indigenous culture are those who have cultural ties to the land in which they live and the resources they use. The land and natural resources are linked to their identities, culture, and their physical and spiritual presence. Why are people Indigenous descent so important? There are approximately 476 million Indigenous peoples worldwide. Indigenous people make up 6% of the global population. I mean, how cool is that? How many Indigenous tribes exist? It is estimated that there are more than 100 Indigenous tribes around the world, but this could be imprecise, which is why most of these tribes are labeled as uncontacted.
Why indigenous tribes are labeled as uncontacted. The meaning behind it. The word uncontacted is defined as people who have had no communication with the general public. In other words, a uncontacted tribe is a tribe who has had no communication with the outside world. The main indigenous groups in Latin America were the Olmecs, Aztecs, and the Incas. The Olmecs are a civilization who lived in Mexico around 1600 BCE and were the first complex Mesoamerican society. They are known for the huge stone heads weighing about 20 tons. The name Olmec is an Aztec word meaning the rubber people. The Aztecs, also known as Mexica, are Mesoamerican people who ruled central Mexico, known by their magnificent capital city, Tenochtitlan. The Inca Empire was the largest ancient civilization in pre-Columbian America, and the civilization was very unique with its metal sculptures.
And you may wonder, where are these indigenous groups now? There are no current Incas left around the world. A lot of their traditions are still practiced in Peru, such as their food and dances. The Aztecs left behind their architecture, the language Nahuatl, and their food. The Olmecs left the agriculture, sculpture, writing, pyramids, and religion. And the Mayas left the calendar, the math, the architecture, and a lot of languages. So the main languages spoken are the Quechua, the Guarani, the Maya languages, and Nahuatl. There are around 600 different indigenous languages spoken in Latin America. The Quechua is the largest surviving indigenous language in Latin America. It has between 8 million to 12 million speakers, and it is stretched from Colombia to Chile. The Guarani is the second largest, having about 3 million speakers. It is spoken in Brazil, Bolivia, and Paraguay. The amount of people in Mesoamerica that speak an indigenous language is higher than the Quechua and the Guarani, but there are around 30 different languages in those areas that spread from Guatemala to Chiapas and Yucatan. The Nahuatl is currently spoken by more than 500,000 people. Fun fact, when indigenous languages are under threat, so too are the indigenous people themselves.
LSA explores these cultures more in depth, and its purpose is to inform students more and more about Latin cultures and the impact they had and they currently have. If you are interested in learning more and more about who we are and more about the cultures, feel free to reach out to Joanna, Mr. Bayo, or myself for more information about the club, and feel free to email us as well through our emails. As you can see, there are many aspects within the Indigenous culture and Latin culture, and we hope you enjoyed learning a glimpse of what it means to be part of the LSA community. Thank you, and we hope you have a good cultural week, and we hope to see you soon.